Have you ever looked into an animal's eyes and wondered, what does it actually think you are? Not whether it likes you, not whether it is afraid of you, but what category of creature you even fit into inside its mind. In this video, dogs, cats, birds, dolphins, and even octopuses all get put under the microscope because every single one of them sees humans in a completely different way. And the answers are far stranger than most people ever expect. Stay until the end, because the final reveal about what animals may actually know about humans is something most people never consider. Think about what a dog experiences every single day. It wakes up. The same giant creature appears, opens a strange white box. Food materializes. Then the creature disappears, and hours later comes back. To that dog, this might look exactly like magic, which raises a strange question. Does a dog even know what a human is? Dogs are the animal most likely to understand humans. They can read facial expressions, recognize voices, and detect when someone is angry, sad, or stressed. But dogs do not think humans are just big dogs. Humans look different, smell different, move differently. Yet dogs still include humans in their social world because they process people as a special category. A giant creature that provides food, safety, and structure. A dog may not think the words, "This is my owner," but it likely registers something closer to, "This is the creature my entire life depends on." That is why dogs react so intensely when a person comes home. To the dog, an important part of its world just returned. Now here is something almost nobody knows about cats. Adult cats almost never meow at other adult cats. Most of their meowing is aimed entirely at humans. Researchers believe cats developed a separate communication system specifically for people because they figured out humans respond to certain sounds and adapted. A cat does not see a human as a large cat. It sees something so different that it requires an entirely separate language. Cats kept their independence. They never changed themselves to fit human society the way dogs did, but they still looked at humans and decided, this creature is worth training. And if that sounds backwards, it is probably because in many households, it is completely accurate. But what about animals that were never supposed to trust humans at all? Horses evolved as prey animals. On paper, humans look exactly like predators. Forward-facing eyes, direct movement, hands that grab things. Horses should be terrified, but horses learn. Over time, a horse discovers that this predator-shaped creature behaves completely differently. It grooms, feeds, and protects. A horse may never fully understand what a human is, but it can learn that this particular creature is safe. Here is where things get genuinely unsettling. Some animals do not just recognize humans as a species. They recognize specific individuals with a reputation attached. Birds can remember individual human faces for years. If a person treated a bird badly, that bird remembers, and it can communicate that information to other birds. A bird is not seeing a human. It is seeing you, a specific individual with a track record, in a way that is more personal than how most humans think about the animals around them. For most wild animals, humans trigger one question: can this creature hurt me? But city animals, pigeons, squirrels, raccoons, stop registering people as threats entirely. To them, a human may simply be part of the environment, occasionally useful, sometimes dangerous, always predictable. Humans spent thousands of years building civilization. Some animals quietly filed us under landscape. Move the question into the ocean, and it gets stranger. In water, humans are helpless, swimming slowly, dependent on equipment, barely able to hold their breath. To a dolphin, a human might look like an intelligent creature trapped in the wrong body. Whales create a different picture. A whale can be larger than a bus. A human next to one is tiny and fragile. Yet whales consistently show remarkable gentleness around people, not because they understand civilization, but because they understand vulnerability. And then there is the animal that challenges everything. An octopus has most of its nervous system distributed through its arms. Its intelligence evolved on a completely separate path from ours over hundreds of millions of years. When an octopus looks at a human, nobody fully knows what it sees. But individual octopuses recognize specific caretakers. Some prefer certain people. Others actively dislike specific individuals. A mind that evolved completely separately from ours still figured out that different humans are different individuals. That is not instinct. That is something else entirely. Here is the thing that changes everything. Animals may not spend much time wondering what humans are. They learn patterns, a familiar sound, a familiar face, a familiar routine. They learn what happens next. And that may be exactly how animals define a human, not by what a human is, but by what a human does. To a dog, safety. To a cat, something worth communicating with. To a bird, a face with a record. To a wild animal, part of the landscape. To a whale, something fragile. To an octopus, an individual worth remembering. Humans spend their lives trying to understand animals. Animals may have already figured us out. Not through words, not through technology, through behavior. Because behavior is the only language every species understands. And every single day, every human is telling every animal around them exactly what kind of creature they are.